I'm here with Danielle Holmes, our new student body president. How are you doing, Danielle?
Good, how about you?
Good. So first off, what about you would you like the MSU Denver population to know about their new student body president?
That I am open to listening to the needs of the students and trying to implement some changes that address those.
Were there any specific issues that made you want to run for student body president?
Absolutely. I have worked hard at my initiative of creating inclusive spaces. At my last school at Front Range Community College, I hosted an all-day unity fair with that theme in mind, and I wanted to continue that work here.
What do you think the role of the student body president at Metro is?
I believe that it basically is the voice of the students, and it's my job to take their voices and take it to the board meetings, the cabinet meetings, and make sure that their wants and needs are heard.
Opposed to any other university or college, what do you think makes Metro different?
I think the diversity here. I've seen a lot of different cultures and different people, which I have not seen at Front Range in Boulder. So that's exciting for me. I come from DC area where I was the minority. So I feel more comfortable and happy to see more diversity in my university.
Very nice. You haven't started your session yet, but when you do, what do you think you bring to the table that's going to be able to get change made on our campus?
Well, I have the unique ability of being a little bit older. So I've had some experience along with my education. I'm majoring in political science, minoring in sociology. I'm part of the Urban Leadership Program and the Epic Scholars Program. And I think the thing that sets me apart is my ability to ask those hard questions, to really press and get some answers that we need.
When you were running and you were canvassing and you were talking to students, what was some specific ideas that you had heard from other students or any issues that they had seen that you would like to make changes for or try to address when you're president?
One of the issues that has been brought to my attention is the lighting at night. That it's pretty much centralized around the Tivoli, and that the new emergency call boxes are located in the already lit areas. And so I would like to work with all three of the colleges at this campus to get some more lighting for safe passage for our students at night.
You mentioned the Auraria campus. Do you think the fact that we're on a campus with two other universities that is shared, do you think that makes it easier or harder to make changes?
I think that it definitely encourages diplomacy and working with these other colleges on this campus in order to enact change. I don't see it as good or bad. I see it as what it is, that we have others that share our campus, that we need to take into consideration their wants and needs as well.
How do you think that that makes our university stronger?
Because you have a collection of different perspectives. I think it's easy to get tied up in your own your own theories, and the introduction of different cultures and different perspectives adds to that whole picture that we ultimately want to see.
Nice. MSU Denver has a lot of canvases, initiatives, groups, clubs, organizations, so many. There's a lot of students here. Are there any specific that you would like to see more of or like to see start to rise and on campus a little bit more?
Yes, there is one that totally has my heart, which is the Epic Scholars Program. I'm a member of that program, and that program is for individuals that were brought up in the foster care system and or state wards. And so this demographic of people, for me, as experienced, are the most disenfranchised group there is. And currently we're having some structural changes as far as administration. And so I'm working with Kelly, which is our new faculty advisor, on trying to advocate for some outings and actual space for people to belong And that's what I'm working on with Kelly, is to really get some space, some outings, some camaraderie. I really feel like this demographic really needs to feel like they belong in a space that's for them and that they can always feel comfortable in.
You talked about belonging just now. I wonder, what do you say to, I know that there's a little bit of a stigma against MSU Denver. We're newly a university, the price is it's a little bit less pricey, and I believe that it's kind of seen that we're a lesser university, even though that's not true. How would you try to bridge that gap a little bit?
Well, I think that we are very competitive against any other of the universities in the Denver metro area. For one, Denver Metro has a strong political presence. They are interviewed and asked about news. On the news, they come into our classrooms. We hosted a viewing party in the Tivoli. They were there. So I think that we have a presence for sure, and one that matches or rivals any of the other universities in town.
Very nice. And just finally, talking about like trying to close gaps and making changes on the university. Do you think there's any kind of gap, whether it's between the faculty and the students, that's communicative, or anything else that you would like to try to close? Or do you think that we have a particularly good relationship between the students and the people who work here and run the university?
I think that communication is key and can always be improved upon. And so I will work with faculty and students to try to bridge that gap, because I think that I'm not alone in feeling that there is one. And so communication is key, and in order to overcome the hurdle of feeling like a separation, I think we need to communicate that.
Well, thank you very much for your time and coming out and talking to me today. Back to you guys at the desk.